Oh boy, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Just so you guys know, this is the second time I've tried to do this today. Because the first time I tried it, it didn't want to cooperate. So basically, hold on. I always do chrono for everything. And then we'll do, I don't know, an exclamation point. Just so that I can differentiate it from the other times I played this game. So, just so you guys know, when I tried to record this earlier, I tried to get the original recording of this game, like to have the audio and everything that they originally had with it, but it just was not meant to be. So basically, this is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's not going to be the exact recording that I remember, but it's going to be good regardless. Oh my god, look at that castle. Can you even tell that that's a castle? Because I can't. I mean, if I didn't know, like, obviously I know what it is, but if I didn't know, that certainly wouldn't answer any questions for me. There's definitely PlayStation quality graphics right there. In case you didn't know, the original game came out on the PlayStation, which is part of the reason that I wanted to capture it and was having so many issues. The computer just didn't want to cooperate. I mean, it's not really the computer's fault. It's more or less the emulator I was using. It's because I don't have a way to capture like PlayStation footage, and then it wouldn't really look right on my TV anyway. I don't have a CRT. I have just like a flat screen. But anyway, this is, for all intents and purposes, the original Castlevania Rondo of Blood. This is how the game ends. So, as a kid, I didn't even know that you can go up here. I'm sure the Castlevania purists are quite upset with the fact that we aren't playing like Castlevania 1 or 3 or Rondo of Blood or Super Castlevania, but I've already played Super Castlevania. That was a long time ago. Emulator probably does not look very good nowadays. It's like 11 years ago or something. But it's spooky month, so we have to play something that's a little spooky. And, you know, Symphony of the Night, Castlevania in itself really isn't scary, but some of the Castlevania games, the difficulty's a little scary.
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh.
But this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Oh, God.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls. Their freedom.
They could have at least used the original translation.
To faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy. You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
Ha! Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them, and die for their sins.
Oh, this exchange right here is really the only reason why I wanted to play the version that I was trying to play. Very upsetting, but it's fine. I'll get over it. That's still a fresh wound, guys. It's gonna take a little while to heal. So this is Dracula. He's known for being Dracula. He shoots fireballs, you know. Dracula, fireballs. When I think of Dracula, I think of fireballs. I don't know about you guys. I don't really think about sharp teeth and like sucking blood or nothing like that. No, I think of fireballs. At least he looks like Dracula. Canonically, so far as Castlevania is concerned, this is what I pictured Dracula to look like most of the time. You know, whether or not it's this game or like one of the 8-bit ones. This is usually what I'm thinking about. Come on. So if you die, which, spoiler alert, you can't die in the first fight. You actually get saved by Maria Renard. But if you did die in the first fight, your stats go down. I also believe that there is a time limit to this fight as well. So we're not doing very good with that. So our stats aren't going to be fantastic, but at least they won't be garbage. I mean, not that we need that much help in Symphony of the Night. It's not, like, ungodly difficult. I say that, and then I'm sure I'll die way more times than I plan to, but, you know, I guess we'll see. This form, super easy, as long as you have something with your item crash, as Rondo Blood called it. Well, we could just do this until he dies.
Not this time.
Wow, he's really reaching. That is quite the voiceover.
Count Dracula had risen with the aid of the Dark Priest shaft to menace humanity.
Is that Gohan?
Once again, the legendary vampire hunter Richter Belmont stood against him. And at
Yep.
last brought him
That's
down.
the voice actor that does Adult Gohan for you Dragon Ball Z people.
Glaring full moon night,
You probably already figured that out, but
mysteriously vanished. Maria Renard set out to find him, but knew not where to begin. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevaina. The
oh, I
castle
don't
of
like the way he
Dracula,
says that.
rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from the mist.
They should have got like the voice actor that just did Dracula to read that off. That would have been good.
The soul of a man named Alucard. He who had once fought alongside
Someone with like a
Belmont
deep
against his
voice
enemy,
would have been good too.
Count
Not that he's
Dracula
reading it badly as I talk over it.
the world of his own cursed bloodline. Alucard had submerged his vampiric powers and fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber. But now, he awakens to the cackles of evil and cries of the innocent.
The cackles
The eternal
of evil?
battle of good and evil has come full circle once more.
Dude, you gotta read it faster. The text is gone.
And no man can say who will emerge victorious.
You read that really slow. Regardless of any audio issues and qualms I may have with the voice acting or anything like that, I would just like to say this Castlevania game is awesome. It's a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie. I know that a lot of people are kind of like mid on this game, but I like it a lot. So obviously that's why we're playing it. It's exciting. The music in this game is great. If you've never heard the music before, honestly, how would have no one played this game before? That would kind of be weird. But it's good. I like it. It's another like Metroidvania style game, and honestly, this game kind of coined that phrase Metroidvania. Now that I think about it, I don't think like, you know, it was this game specific. Like if you go on Wikipedia, I'm sure it's not going to say that. But can you like not? 1 damage. You start the game is so OP. I don't know any like speedrunning stuff because obviously, much like anything else, there are speedrunning tricks for this game. There are ones that let you. I don't want to ruin it, but I mean, this game's pretty old, so I don't think at this point I'm ruining anything. But you get downgraded very soon, actually. And if you, I don't know, you're supposed to like take a hit through the door. Like if you take a hit and it pushes you through the door, you're supposed to like skip the, that actually happening to you. And then there's another thing where you're supposed to backdash through it or something. I don't know. Like if you you line yourself up just right and like backdash, you can backdash through this whole thing and you don't get downgraded.
What is your business?
Why couldn't he have read the opening?
An end to this.
Ever the insolent boy. But there'll be no games here.
I mean, he would have been perfect.
Be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
Oh, I don't know about that. I really didn't plan on dying. Was that for real a cartoon sound effect? I'm gonna have to watch that back because if that's what that was, it was really funny. Anyway, you get downgraded. Death takes all your stuff, and now you get to fight dudes to get your stuff back. So, you know, essentially at the end of the game, you're gonna find all your stuff. I mean, I guess if you play it that way, like to completion or whatever. Red rust is garbage. So obviously all these swords have different strength. So you can see right there, it drops my attack down to 4 from 8. So we're not really worried about that. It's actually weaker than your actual fist, which is funny. We are going to go not that way. We're not going to bother with the save. Like I said, I don't really think we're going to die that many times. Pick this up, and this is going to allow us to get stuff out of the candles, so now we can get hearts. Hearts, much like any other Castlevania, are used for your sub-weapons. It's weird how, like, it doesn't have a disc, but it still has those weird, like, loading transitions, which is the exact reason why I was not playing the version that came up on my computer. So hopefully that doesn't stay. Excuse me, sir. Can you, like, take a break for 2 seconds? Thank you. God, he was not interested in letting me by. So there's a lot of, like, equipment things that have to be done in this game, like unequipping certain things and equipping other things, and, you know, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I say that sarcastically, and I hope you all can realize that. I like games that have, like, RPG mechanics and that kind of stuff, but there's just something about, like, sitting in menu screens that just isn't fun. It's just not. And you can say that it is, but, you know, we all know the truth. Sitting there, equipping things, unequipping certain things, equipping other things, it's a lot. It's a lot. There is also a spell casting system in this game. It's not really a spell casting system, but specific inputs that you have to put in. Kind of like a fighting game. I want to say that the original instruction booklet from this game has the directional buttons that you have to put in. I remember most of them. I don't think I remember all of them. I also don't remember where all the hidden areas are. So forgive me if I miss one or two. In later Castlevania games, they actually have it so that you can have specific items that will tell you where those rooms are. Like outline or something. I think like the GBA games, like Order of Ecclesia and Harmony of Dissonance, all those ones. So maybe one day we'll play one of those games, but honestly, they all just piggyback off the success of this game. They play moderately the same, but they're all good. I don't really have an issue with them. Order of Ecclesia is probably the black sheep, just for a fact that, like, that game is a little bit harder because it kind of plays a little like Dark Souls. You kind of have a stamina bar, and you can only attack so many times before you need to, like, increase your stamina bar or whatever. I don't know. I played it last year. It's fun. I have I mean, I didn't play it for the first time last year. I got it when the game came out. I had it on the DS, but I played it again, I guess I should say, last year. It's kind of like a little refresher. So this is kind of like not a puzzle, but I guess it could be. You're supposed to push the block on the thing and step on the thing, and that raises it up so you can get up here. Like I said, it's not really a puzzle, but, like, what do you want for 1996? Like, this is, you know, it was groundbreaking when it came out, and fairly bloody too. I remember getting this game. I think this was like the first game I had for PlayStation. I want to say this game came out pretty close to the launch of the PlayStation. I don't know for sure. I guess I could look that up in between episodes just so that I can actually sound like I know what I'm talking about for a change, but I'm pretty sure that it did. It definitely feels like it was, like, of that age. These guys, these are the ones that do the poison. So when you get poisoned, you actually hit for less damage, and I believe you lose health, but, you know, right now I'm not losing anything, so maybe it's just the hitting for less damage part. Not gonna save. Oh, I thought you had the option. I guess in the original you have the option as to whether or not you want to save. And unless I'm thinking of, like, later Castlevania games, that didn't heal me. That's weird. I also could swear that when you saved the game, you got healed to status effects, but apparently, unless that's just in this version of the game, that did not happen. So, kind of like in Metroid, right? There are certain ways that you can't go. So, like, look, that place is magically sealed. So if I want to go in that direction, there's actually an item that you can pick up that will let you get through there. It's like prayer beads or something. I mean, the actual item isn't really super important, but oh boy, we got a boss. It's the first boss of the game. And these guys are just two regular enemies, honestly. Like, if you've ever played any Castlevania game before, specifically Super Castlevania, will pit both of these guys like right after one another. And they're not that bad. I mean, they are in that game because they're like practically end of game bosses, but you're supposed to have a fairly easy time with these guys, at least in this version. Keep forgetting that I have secondary weapons and I'm just standing there waiting for him to come down. Somebody's probably like, oh my god, does he not remember that he picked up the axe? No, I don't, actually. I completely forgot. Well, now we just have the... I forget what this guy's called. It's not a griffin. I don't know. It starts with a G, though. I promise you that. Whatever, he's dead. It doesn't matter what his name is. You gotta always stand some kind of cool way when stuff drops like that, especially when you kill the boss. Like, that's... I feel like everybody does that. There's definitely a Castlevania thing. By the way, Castlevania. If you guys have not watched that Netflix special season, oh my god, what is wrong with me today? Apparently I don't know how to talk. Netflix series, there we go. The new one is awesome. The old one's good too. If you haven't watched the old one, definitely go back and watch that one. I'd say old one, like it's not even really that old, honestly, but it's cool. We are grinding up some hearts for a moment because the next boss, we want a specific sub-weapon because it makes him like super easy. We need the clock stopwatch. I don't know. I guess it's a stopwatch, honestly. So we are getting to the point where we could probably try out a few of those spells that I was talking about. I was pretty sure that was a save room, but I wasn't 100%. Let's see, this one, no. So this one allows you to absorb blood from foes when you kill them. There's also like a spirit thing, that one. There's one where you can do like a single one, and then there's this spell, which actually has two variations. So there's that one that Dracula did earlier, and then there's the other one that he did earlier, but I don't think I have enough magic at the moment to pull that off. So you can see that blue gauge, that'll slowly refill, and then as that refills, I'll be able to do different spells. So there's one spell, which is super OP, and it's called Soul Steal. And for a long time in the game, or at least in the beginning of the game, you're not going to be able to use it because it uses like 50 MP or something. Oh, here comes that axe again. So you kind of have to like get to that point with your MP to be able to pull it off. I don't think there's anything else in this room. So this is salt. You basically just throw salt on stuff. So that's pretty fun, right? So weird. I think like salt for vampires is supposed to be like a thing. Like, are they supposed to like count the grains of salt? Like if you put it out in front of them? I remember that being a thing. So this is the Marble Gallery. It's got fantastic music, and we're going to check it out on the next episode. If you guys made it this far, give me a like or a sub. Shoot me a comment. Let me know what you think of this series. Like, are you excited to see it? Is there something else I should be playing? I know it's not super spooky, but this is what we picked. So, see you guys in the next episode.